But White Plume, you already ruined a format and got banned.
I'll fucking do it again.
Hello Miners and welcome back. We're doing another Vintage League today, having some fun, trying out the Vintage version of Mono White Initiative. I've heard this deck is kind of doing to Vintage what it did to Legacy before White Plume Adventurer got banned, but we're going to see what it does. It's stompy, so probably my second favorite archetype outside of Combo, but pretty much it does the same thing that the Legacy version did, powers out a big initiative threat and tries to take over the game. It seems, from what I can tell and from my practice round, is a little bit more like Death and Taxes than the Legacy version, which is more aggro deck. So it's got more of the disruption with Thalias and Archons and Trinispheres and stuff like that. So we're going to take it through a league, see how it does. It's been interesting, my journey through Vintage so far, but there's not much to say about it. It's just a super clean mono white initiative deck, and we're going to see how it does in Vintage. One lost die roll. Let's see how this goes. I've got a Solitude to be able to do some dumb shit. I've got Chrome Mox, Cavern of Souls to protect, Anointed Peacekeeper. Being on the draw, there's also the possibility that I can power out this turn one Peacekeeper, so I think I'm going to keep this. Show the Chancellor, try to disrupt them. Chancellor doesn't seem as crazy in Vintage as it does in Legacy, because it seems like they'll just throw something out into it to get rid of the trigger and then dump their Mox and play what they actually care about. Or they just do something like this. Okay, so I didn't go too crazy here. I do have a Solitude to kill a big threat if they have something. Okay, so this is a protected... This is a protected Peacekeeper. I'm never actually casting Chancellor, so I feel pretty safe throwing that under there. Put this on Human. Cast Peacekeeper and see what our opponent's doing over there. Okay, so they're on the exact same thing we are. The only difference is they're in a position where they're going to be able to cast a Solitude. I mean, granted, we can also cast a Solitude. They're closer to this Amaria's Call, though. The question becomes is how much do they value their mana? Because in theory, they actually... This is 4/5 next turn. They're one away from being able to actually just cast a Samaria. How is this worded? Spells your opponent's cast. Let's choose Solitude. Just try to fuck with them a little bit here. So this is going to be an initiative mirror. Is something I've only played a handful of times so far. I think it's going to come down to who gets the initiative threat on board first. Alright, so they found their mana to be able to Amaria's Call, which is annoying. But that does dump their whole hand, and I have answers for... Yeah, they threw that under it. This is an Amaria's Call. I have answers for one of the Angels. Do an Archon of Amaria. We'll play the Archon for now. We'll take some beats. Like I said, we have one of these answered. They're in top deck mode. Alright, cracks in for 4. Probably going to Shocker or bolt ourselves for this Amaria's Call unless we get something better. Another Amaria's Call. Okay. Yeah, as much as I don't want to do this, we're going to go ahead and just do it now. Take care of one of these. That solved one. I am still 3 mana away from casting my own Amaria. Nothing. They just... Oh, enter tap because of Archon of Amaria. Got it. So we're only losing 1 life per turn in this exchange, assuming they don't have another blocker or something. Okay, they have their own Archon of Emeria. Alright, so I'm just gonna keep going up the chain. We can get in. If they want to take her Solitude, that's kind of okay. Because it buys us another turn. If I hit a Soul Land, I can make my own Emeria. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, no, just any mana source and I can Emeria. And I can suddenly have blockers. Alright, most painful way to do this possible. Alright, let's see if we can stabilize now. We were both in top deck mode. There's no point in going after their mana. Like, the difference between 4 and 5 mana is nothing. Right, they got a Lauren to blow something up that's honestly irrelevant at this point. Yeah, go ahead, blow up my Chromox, that's fine. I feel like they have to keep their Angel back on blocking duty now. Soul Ring, okay. We absolutely will start cracking in the air. Because we can block with Archon of Emeria. I really don't care about that at this point. Like, the difference between getting in, like, 2 mana. Yeah, I don't know. Each opponent draws a card, okay. Ooh, and we drew a Solitude. I like that. Okay, opponent skipped it up. We got game 1. In an initiative mirror, what the fuck do I want? Probably more removal. Yeah, in the mirror, I really don't know what to do. Thalias don't seem particularly relevant, especially on the draw. Trinisphere doesn't seem super relevant. We're both Trinisphere decks. The removal seems key. Archon of Absolution seems key. Attacks them if they try to go too wide. Tabernacle seems interesting if I want to try to play the, like, wasteland you out of the game plan. Honestly, the initiative itself seems like a double-edged sword here, so I don't actually even know if I want it. Maybe just go up removal. Yeah, let's try something like that. Fuck it. If I had white mana, this would be great, but I gotta ship it. Alright, I guess we're keeping this. Put the ugly Chromox to the bottom. Cancel the Annex. Okay, so depending on what they have, this might be over super quick. But we'll see. We'll see what kind of route they want to go. Because we might just chuck one of these into the Abyss. Oh, they are just all in on something here. All in on an Archon of Emeria. Okay. Well, that's gonna go away. Let it die. That's fine. Only being able to play one spell a turn is a little awkward here. If they have a follow-up to this Archon, we have a problem. Yeah, we just can't get back into this. That turn 1 Archon was too much for us to overcome. Unfortunately. Yeah, that was just way too fast of a start. We're just gonna run it back. Alright, let's see if we can do the same thing to our opponent here. Just like, quick turn 1, tax him out of the game. No, we can't keep this. This is way too slow. We can keep this. Solitude probably goes to the bottom. Actually, Redundant Chromox goes to the bottom. Okay, no whatchamacallit. I mean, we're just gonna turn 1 Seasoned Engineer and hope it gets us there. Number 1 hand. Try to aggro them out. I don't like that they kept 7, but hopefully whatever they got can't keep up with this. And we can't do anything, so I've had it, bro. Hopefully they tried to keep a Staxy hand, and it's just dropping this down. Just completely shut down their plan. I mean, this is a turn 1 scaling threat. Tapped, that's good. Okay. Solitude is a blowout, so we're gonna go ahead and Lost Well. Strip Mine. They don't have any more fast mana, so I'm actually kind of tempted to keep both of these. No, we need threats. We need to bottom both of those. Okay, Solitude is good. I like that. I probably should have attacked first, just in case they had a creature, or there was a land on top. Swords of Plowshares. Okay, that's fine. We have an answer for their creature. And it gives us another threat, so... As long as this isn't Anointed Peacekeeper, which if it is, then we just run out this. Okay, White Plume Adventure, that's fine. As long as they don't have additional creatures, or additional removal, we get the initiative back. So it looks like they're F6. Begin combat, get the initiative back. Get some mana. Yep. Let's blow that up. See if we can keep them off of any additional mana. There's nothing I can do here, so I'll just F6. We got a Wasteland of their own. Nope, they don't have another initiative threat. Oh, Thalia? Pfft. That's fine. I'm A-okay with a Thalia. No snow-covered plains. We're gonna hold on to that. We got blockers. We want to hold on to the initiative. So I will snap block this Thalia in a heartbeat. Snap block Thalia to keep the initiative. Hopefully they don't have any more mana to drop another... Like, a White Plume here would suck. Ugh. Do not have a White Plume, I swear to God. Okay, just a Lauren, that's fine. Go ahead, blow it up, that's fine. We get our Throne of the Dead 3, which is the important thing here. I'm actually super tempted to take the Chancellor of the Annex. I think I'm gonna take the Chancellor of the Annex. Into an Emiria. So I can crack in. I think we're just gonna pass the turn. I don't know if they can deal with this Chancellor. We're just gonna protect the initiative still. Because unless they hit another mana... Okay, they found a mana. Archon of Absolution gets countered. That's right. Chancellor is a continuous effect, baby. And then I just start working my way down again. Alright, go grab a basic. We're gonna work our way up to actually just casting this Emiria. We're just hoping we can hit some nice creatures off the top. Either that or a Soul Land to be able to cast this Emiria's Call right now. Oh, I don't have any more. Oops. Okay. Soul Land? Swords of Plowshares. That's interesting. I can crack in with the Chancellor, block one of their creatures path the Thalia, start putting some pressure on. Yeah, I think that's the correct answer here. Because we do need to close this out before they find a way to finish us off. Okay, we're drawn. Lotus Petal, that's almost the mana that I need. They're gonna get in. I'm willing to lose that. Then Alright, we're both drawing cards. Another Emeria. Get rid of your Thalia so that I keep the initiative. I gain some life. You lose your dude. Alright, they're finally figuring that out. Kind of. Got 4 mana, so if they got a White Plume, you can get the initiative back. So forging isn't going to change my clock at all. I'm very confused what the hell they're doing here. Well, actually, it does change my clock, because then I just have to hold on to the initiative. Archon of Emeria. Okay. Oh, that's lost well. Archon of Absolution. Put on bottom. Put on top. Okay. Play this. Play my own Archon of Absolution. Kraken. And we got there. Tick down the initiative mirror. Hell yeah, I like it. Starting off good, starting off good. Alright, round 2. Plus a die roll. Not where I like to be with this deck, but let's see. I feel like this format in general very much is die roll dependent. That being said, this is a Chancellor to stop whatever their first thing is into a Peacekeeper. So I think we're gonna hope that this screws them up. But we'll see. A lot of the times this Chancellor really doesn't mean anything. They just throw a useless spell into it and then play out their mocks. Or we're up against another... Yeah, I think we're up against another fucking initiative deck. Which, I will say, I've seen initiative so many times here. Okay, so... So this comes down to, do we want a Peacekeeper to see what they're doing and try to stop them from doing it? Or do we want to play the game and think they have no mana, take this out? I think we Peacekeeper and then start going after their mana. Because we can also pitch this Emeria's Call to this Solitude. They already know about that. So we will put the Chancellor under it. Ancient Tomb. Peacekeeper. See what's going on over there. Because this is screaming initiative. It is initiative. Do I care about any of this is the question. Because what are they going to do next turn? They're probably just going to White Plume Adventure to get the initiative. And then we can kind of just start going to town. So what do we not want them to play? I think we take Archon. That seems like the biggest problem here. Yeah, I think Archon of Emeria is our biggest problem here. Because if they want to introduce the initiative into the game, that's fine, because we can get it and then protect it pretty easily. Fails never fails. Opponent won the flip. Tavern of Souls. I'm assuming this means they're playing Lauren. Yes, they're just gonna play Lauren, which is fine. We can blow that up. We have other white sources, so I'm not as concerned about that. It's just a matter of, do we want to play a white source? Or do I want to start trying to get them off of mana? Okay, so that actually, that kind of solves my problem here. Let's... So what, they're just going to bounce the Lauren, basically? I mean, it's a free attack. Let's get them tapped down. Oh, this is a free attack. They can block? Really? So if I take out the Caracas, they can't play White Plume Adventure? Yeah, I think I like that. You can bounce Lauren if you want. That's totally fine. Nope, just gonna let it go. Okay. Interesting that they didn't just block and bounce there. It was a free block. Opponent is starting to hurt themselves a lot. Okay, that is... Okay, so they've got all the mana they need. Are they just gonna Archon? Cleric, no. They are going to White Plume. The problem is they have a blocker now. They actually got multiple blockers now, which is mildly problematic. Okay, I think what we want to do... Let's do this. Take out the White Plume, I think. Ideally what I need is like... That doesn't really do what I want it to. I guess we're gonna see how they want to block here and go from there. They're gonna double block. They're trading in their whole board for this. They are gonna be able to play their Archon next turn. Yeah, I think I want to take out the Thalia. The Archon is kind of irrelevant at this point. So we know what's in their hand currently. I'm assuming they're gonna lost. Yep, they lost Wellen. See what they do here. Oh, they lost again. Okay, so that undid that. There's their planes. So they've got an Archon. No, they got another White Plume. Alright, I think this one's probably over now, unfortunately. Because the fact that they were able to progress down even further, like... And I'm stuck casting only one card or one spell a turn. Yeah, I think this one might be over. Yeah, we drew a land. That's over. Okay. On to the next. That was just unfortunate. They were able to get more cards in their hand than we were. Oh well. I think what we want to do is the same thing we kind of did in the last one of these, is go up our removal, get the Archons of Absolution. Trinisphere doesn't really do anything. Thalia doesn't seem particularly good here. Don't know what we want to trim here. Maybe trim... Since we're on the play, trim one Chancellor. I don't remember what the last trim was last round, so we'll try that. Alright, I like this. This is a turn 1 Archon, turn 2... Well, it's actually turn 1 Archon, turn 2 Archon. So we're gonna keep this. Alright, yeah, so we are pretty much golden here. Been in a Marius Call, play that, play that. Archon number 1. And then we have an Archon of Absolution. And we can kind of just start going to town. That's your only spell, bud. Ooh. I'm actually kind of tempted to run out this Anointed Peacekeeper first. I guess we'll go to combat first. There is always the possibility that they have a Solitude here. Ooh. They have, like, Anointed Peacekeeper Tron. So, I can name Anointed Peacekeeper. And then they're just stuck trying to figure this out. Is what? They swords this to be able to play something next turn. But we actually blow this up and they don't have white mana anymore to be able to do that. So what do we actually want to name here? I think we actually do name Anointed Peacekeeper. And blow this up. Because they'd have to pop this. Use one of it. They have 2. They have 4 mana. Then I guess in theory they can name Archon. If we don't name Anointed Peacekeeper. Or I make this significantly harder. I blow this up. I name Source of Plowshares. They need to do 2. They still can play Archon. Okay, so yeah, I think I need to name Anointed Peacekeeper. Blow up your white source. I think they royally fucked that one up. Oh, they just drew a Chancellor of the Annex? Okay. Guess that's fine. Now we get our Archon down. Or we can just play another Archon of Amiri and really fuck them over. Because what? They can Swords to Plowshares here. So actually, yeah, let's get an attack and see what they do. Swords on the Anointed Peacekeeper. Okay. So since the Archon lived, we're just gonna play the other Archon. Oh, fuck, it's 4 mana? Oops. I don't know why I thought that was 3 mana. They can play a Anointed Peacekeeper now. I'm assuming they just name Archon of Absolution. Yep. We're also winning this race, so we can go ahead and just keep going. Name's Wasteland, interesting. Anna? It's a Black Lotus. That allows us to cast an Archon next turn. Wait, this lets us cast our Archon of Absolution next turn through... whatchamacallit. Just gonna Peacekeeper? Yep, Peacekeeper. That's fine. Extra 1 card. Because now I'm gonna be able to Archon. This is the 6 mana I need to be able to cast it, and I have a forever blocker. I'm also greatly winning this race currently. And now they're gonna have to start tapping mana to even be able to attack. Okay, so what? They're gonna get rid of 1 of my Archons? What they get rid of? And another Chancellor, okay. Okay, that's fine, get rid of 1. I'm still winning this race. Like, they can get in if they want to, but I'll just block with the Archon of Absolution because it's got pro-white. Because all they've got is another Anointed Peacekeeper. And they scoop it up. Alright, on to game 3. Being the opposite way, I think we want the Chancellor back in. I don't hate bringing Lurrus in for this. Like, I almost want to take the initiative stuff out, because I feel like with the opponent, the initiative is not the game plan that we want to be trying to fight against, but it's a good way to get it back. But I think we are going to take out the initiative. It's just a matter of, do I want to do anything else? I think we'll try something like that. We really need some Chancellors to screw up their turn 1. It's a turn 1 Archon of Absolution. Never repeat this. I'm just mulliganing, so hopefully that means they didn't really find much. Reveals a Chancellor, so we're probably gonna pitch this Mock Sapphire into the Void. Oh, considering the fact that they didn't have anything? Yeah, unless we draw something better we want to pitch into the Void. A Wasteland? No. Or, I actually could. Because this is still going to be 4 mana regardless, so... pay the 1. Get my Archon of Absolution down. And I've still got I've got Solitude to be able to kill whatever they play. Ancient Tomb. Into a White Plume Adventurer, that's totally fine. But I can do this on my turn, so this is kind of irrelevant. I don't need to do it at the end of their turn. Because that actually gives me something better to chuck now. I know they've got another mana, so the question is do I just want to play Lauren? I think I want to save the ETB. Yeah, because they're not going to be able to attack anyways, so let's get in. Get our basic first. We are definitely choosing Archon of Absolution. Alright, so their hand is pretty non-functional at the moment. And then next turn, we can try attacking their mana. Because that still doesn't give them enough mana to actually cast the Archon. Alright, we are in a very commanding position now. We are going to go down the left side here, and we are just going to forge up our Archon, because that's our one thing we know is going to be able to survive. What do we draw? Ooh, I like that a lot for next turn. Alright, so play this. And they scoop it up anyways. Sweet. On the board 2-0. I like it. I like it a lot. Round 3. Lost the die roll. Again. Oh well. Alright, this is a bunch of mana and then nothing to do with it. Our opponent serum powdered. Okay, so they are literally on what we were playing. So they are on Gakvine. I'm really tempted to keep this because of these wastelands, and I know the way that the deck works, and it is very, very heavily geared toward keeping a Bizarra Baghdad. You know what? Because I know how glass cannony their deck is, I'm gonna keep it and hope that just wasteland them out of the game before they can do anything. Yeah, they're going down to 4. So this very well just might, and they serum powdered again. So yeah, they're on Squee Vine or Gakvine of some sort. They're on a Bizarre Baghdad deck, which means they are banking very hard on a Bizarre Baghdad sticking, which is what they mulligan to, I'm sure. Yeah, Bizarre Baghdad. Double Squee and a Root Walla, and the Root Walla gets countered. This is probably a non-game now. They have 1 card in hand and they're about to lose their Bizarre. If it's not another Bizarre or they don't top deck a Bizarre, oh, Jesus. I almost feel bad doing this. I also do need to be careful about, depending on what their card is, because I don't want to just lose something important to a Mindbreak Trap, but they did lose 2 of them already. Let's just go ahead and get this out now, just for the hell of it. If they wanted to Mindbreak Trap to get rid of a Mox Sapphire, that's totally fine. It is possible their last card's Noxious Survival, which it is, okay. So that makes sense now. So the big thing is going to be, what do they hit off of these draws? They did have the Noxious Survival, but we do have another 2 Wastelands. Chucks 3 Squeeze. Did you find another Noxious Survival or a Petrified Field? Which is normally only in the sideboard. We would like a creature so that we have... Okay, there's a Seasoned Engineer. That is a creature. That gets the initiative. And we still have another... Yeah, we've still got another Wasteland if they just happen to have another Noxious Survival somehow. Or did our opponent scoop it up? Because this is lagging like crazy. Oh, they just scooped it up. Okay. Let's see. So... Containment Priest in, Tabernacles in. Swords seem pretty good. What do we want to take out? Chancellors are eh, I feel like. Anointed Peacekeeper's good. I feel like White Plume is actually kind of bad in this matchup, so we can take those out. I'm super iffy about Thalia's. It stops their pitch spells, but we don't really have a whole ton that we actually care about their pitch spells hitting, so I think we might actually want to take the Thalias out. Maybe bring in 1 more Solitude, take all of the Thalias out. Archon of Absolution also seems pretty busted against what our opponent's doing here. Maybe cut 2 Chancellors? Because none of their stuff actually costs mana, so they're just going to pitch something away into the void anyways, so I don't think the Chancellors are actually super, super good here. Earn 1 Tabby and a Solitude? I think we're going to keep this. Yep, go ahead and Bazaar. They're going to lose all of their creatures. Root Walla? Okay, yeah, I don't need to... I mean, that's all just going to die anyways, so... And play Tabernacle. Cast the Lotus Petal. You lose your first 2 creatures already. Okay, go ahead. take that out. That's totally fine. I don't really care that much about that Lotus. It also got a Noxious Survival out of their hand. Then what? This coming turn, we just Wasteland their Bazaar, assuming they don't have a second one. We can cast the Root Walla into another Hollow one, into a Wasteland. Okay, that's interesting. Let's get rid of this Hollow one now and just get this over with. Into a Soul Ring? Sure. Do you have another Noxious Survival is the question. If you do, that's kind of a beating. Otherwise, you're just sitting on a Basking Root Walla until you can do something relevant. Oh, we had another one. Gross. I mean, this is something that happens occasionally. Like, we saw that I was able to beat Initiative with Dredge, with Squee Vine, so... Did I only leave one Tabernacle, or did I actually keep all three? No, I kept all three in. I mean, luckily they don't have many creatures, but their engine is online now. Another Tabernacle at the top would be sweet. Unfortunately, that is not it. So if I can dodge one more turn and get this Anointed Peacekeeper down, we should be pretty good. So just gonna depend on what they got here. Alright, they didn't chuck another Bazaar into a Hollow one. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna shut down their engine, and then we just have to deal with this Hollow one, and we're golden. So we just need to find a way to deal with this Hollow one now. Come on, human. So we do need a way to deal with Hollow one. Bazaar of Baghdad. Luckily, we're at a pretty healthy life total. We also are almost to the point where we can just cast this Emeria's Call. Can't do that, buddy. So I get him for 4. If we hit another source of fast mana, we can create our Angels, and then we can just take out Hollow one. Or we can just Season Dungeoneer. This also guarantees a land. They're gonna get the initiative, but it's not gonna do anything. And they just scoop it up once we get initiative threat into play. That's 3-0. That's kinda crazy. Holy shit. Round 4, lost the die roll again. Lost every single die roll so far. This is a Lurrus deck. I don't hate this, actually. Unfortunately, this doesn't do anything until turn 2, depending on what we draw. And I have to... I guess I can't keep this, because I only have 1 functional white mana. So... Okay, we can keep this. We put the Emeria's Call to the bottom. Yeah. Hopefully that screws up their turn 1. We have a turn 1 Season Dungeoneer protected. Assuming they don't have discard. Typically Lurrus means Grixis, but I did run into a Jeskai Lurrus deck recently. That was interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Got an artifact deck. Ooh. So I can only do one of these to begin with. So I think we're gonna go ahead and Dungeoneer first to guarantee me a land drop. Because, yeah, this guarantees me the land drop. And then I can go ahead and Archon. Luckily there wasn't a Vibrate Trap there. It did kind of just dawn on me that I played into that. I guess we're going to see if they can deal with this. Unfortunately, my Archon is not protected. Unless I draw another... whatchamacallit. I don't know what they would have for removal. They're gonna pay for the spell bomb. Interesting. Let's do this. Let's see if we win the die roll first. Tails never fails. We lost. Womp. And then we're gonna forge up. We're just gonna go ham. Like, I don't think they're not playing like a deck that would have removal. Oh, we're gonna get in. Do our little thing there first. No, we will keep White Plume Adventurer on top. We're gonna play the strip mine, blow up your land, and then see if we can stick this Archon so that you can't. Okay, have fun, and they scoop it up. All right, cool. I do not know what our opponent's doing. They're doing some kind of artifact something. So I'm gonna say let's bring in Null Rods, bring in Lurrus. Like, Null Rod is kind of weird with my own artifact mana, but like I really don't know what our opponent is doing here. I think I'm gonna take out the White Plumes. Again, take out the worst of the initiative creatures, and I'm a little scared since it looks like they can make constructs. Let's trim one chance. Try something like that. So this is interesting. This is a turn 1 Thalia turn 1 Thalia into a ton of mana to do stuff, but it doesn't stop them from just going off turn 1 or turn 2. So I think I gotta ship it. We're gonna keep this. I think we put the Mox Emerald back. Hope that this screws them up. Slam an Archon on turn 1, Null Rod on turn 2. Like, hopefully this kind of screwed up their plan for doing anything. Alright, they're gonna pay for that, I'm sure. Actually, as crazy as this is, we might just try to fucking... Yeah, depending on what happens here, we might just slam this Null Rod. How crazy are they going here? We very well may just put them to the force check here. A Goblin Engineer? Oh no, we'll see what happens here. We might try to get the Archon down first. Is this like Painter or something? They are down to 3 cards. The only problem is if I Null Rod, then I'm out of mana. And they have a creature on board. We'll see what I draw. Time Vault. Interesting. Let's see what we got here. Another Null Rod. Yeah, I think we're gonna try to Archon first. We might pay the price for this, but I want to get this down. Okay. This way they can only do one thing. And then next turn we slam the Null Rod and hopefully it's GG's. Lavinia. Okay. That's only if mana, colored mana isn't spent. I can spend colored mana on this Null Rod. And then we basically just stare at each other. Assuming they don't have... Tails never fails? Won the flip. Okay. And I can't cast non-creature spells. So, tap this shit for mana. Oh, I have to play the strip mine first. Okay. I see. I see. I see. Okay, well, have fun with your shit, opponent. And they bolted themselves. I'm mildly scared if they randomly have a soul land here. They do not. So depending on what we draw, we might just blow up this Urza Saga just so we don't have to worry. Tails never fails. Won the flip. Yes. Into a Lauren? Ooh. I don't have the mana for it though. Let's just play another Null Rod. Double up on the defense. I need some mana. I'm not super sure what they could get off of this Urza Saga that will do anything, because they can't activate it. They are eventually going to find usable mana for something, I just don't know what. The nice part is our creature can actively block theirs favorably as well. But this is the inherent... I don't even know what to call it. The inherent non-bow, I guess, of having artifact mana and vintage along with Null Rod, but it's hurting our opponent far more than it's hurting us. Pithing Needle. Naming... what? Strip Mine? Wasteland? Are they gonna get cheeky and name something random? Are they gonna big brain this and name Lauren? No, they choose Strip Mine, which is fine. Alright, Tails never fails. Oh, we finally lost one. Alright, mana. Another Lauren. Okay. Well, we're basically just waiting until we can hit another mana and we can play these Laurens and start blowing shit up. Luckily, they lost a flip before we did, so they're actually losing this battle. A Cavern of Souls would be the absolute best here. Tails never fails. Won the flip. Nice. Cavern. Wasteland. Okay, that works. Let's blow up your multicolored mana. Still just staring at each other for now. Alright, they are just slowly bolting themselves to death in the most ridiculous fashion. It's gonna play a Mox Ruby out for the hell of it, I guess? Tails never fails. Oh, we lost him. More mana would be great. Solitude is interesting. Because this can't cast non-creature spells. And if... okay, so Solitude would be countered anyways. I guess we'll see what they want to do. We'll get in with Lauren. Because we have another one, so... it also has Vigilance, so if they just take it, it's fine. Ooh, that was not the correct choice, opponent. What do I want to blow up here? I think I want to blow up Mox Ruby. Keep them off of any color other than blue for now. I'm assuming blue is their most important color, but I don't want to allow them to have any kind of splash. Alright, opponent is getting wrecked by their own mana crypt here. We're also at the point where we're far enough ahead, we're going to start getting in with the Archon in the air. I mean, we're sticking with Tails. Nope. Tails failed us. Womp. Another Archon is nice. Get another Archon down. We're also at the point where we can start drawing with Lauren if we feel the need to. They are also one more lost die flip away. Yeah, they're just dead in the air now. They're 100% dead. Spire of Industry tapped. Yeah, they're dead. There's nothing they can do. We got there. That's 4-0. That's fucking 4-0 already. Lost die roll number 5. Did not win a single die roll this whole league. No, this is for the trophy. The trophy. So this is a turn 1 Trinisphere, turn 2 White Plume. This is very much relying on our opponent not just going off turn 1. So I think we keep it. We are very much relying on our opponent not just popping on. We'll keep. Alright. They got power of some sort. What crazy shit are they going to try to do on turn 1? This initiative? Yes. Thalia? I'm assuming? It's either Thalia or... okay, it is Thalia, so this is going to be initiative. Which is whatever. Let's see what we hit here. Seasoned Dungeoneer. I think I just want to get my mana down for now. And the hope is that I can steal the initiative from the opponent if they have it. And then I can just hold on to it, is the hope. Anointed Peacekeeper, I'm assuming? Yes. So I guess the question is going to become, what Do we think that they have, whatchamacallit, Solitude? Because we're probably going to trade the initiative back and forth here for a second. I named White Plume, so I think we're going to Seasoned Engineer so it can block more profitably and just hope that they don't have Solitude. Yeah, we're just hoping they don't have Solitude at this point. We're just going to trade the initiative back and forth. My only other basic is in my hand. Keep forgetting this only has 2 basics. Okay, so they didn't have that. I'm sure they're going to swing in to get the initiative. Alright, go ahead. It takes out my Ancient Tomb. It's fine. If they have a White Plume of their own, we have an issue. Are they willing to trade is the question. No, okay. Do I want to Forge or do I want a Lost Well here? I think I actually want a Lost Well, as weird as that sounds. Alright, I don't hate Anointed Peacekeeper at all. Cavern of Souls, Marry a Wasteland. What's the worst thing that can happen here? Probably a Seasoned Engineer of their own. I don't really care about any of this other stuff at the moment, so I think we're gonna say Seasoned Dungeoneer. And we're gonna get in. We're gonna start getting our advantage going here. Solitude? No, I want that very much. I don't want them casting Seasoned Dungeoneer. If they cast a White Plume, I guess, whatever. Because we can block the Thalia. If they want to get in with the Anointed Peacekeeper, we'll probably actually trade. What are we doing? 2 mana. Okay, they had a White Plume of their own. We're gonna get the initiative back. They can get a land. That's totally fine. Because, like, this Seasoned Dungeoneer can go unblocked. Or I can give the Anointed Peacekeeper the protection. If we hit a Soul Land, that'd be pretty fucking sweet. Except, actually, never mind. We know that we're hitting Solitude. I take that back. Like, we just know that we're hitting Solitude. Because this is a Cleric, I can get a free attack in. Mox Emerald enters. Yeah, we'll throw that into the bin. I don't think we actually care about that. Because it's target Cleric gains protection from creatures. So this has protection from creatures and is swacking for 4. We're gonna get Stash, and then we're gonna be able to play White Plume Adventurer. Yep, get this back. Then we can play White Plume Adventurer, and we get a 3rd blocker. Get the mana. Let's play a Wasteland. Play White Plume, go get another dude. Alright, so we should get our Throne of the Dead 3 for free. We can block out. Because there's no way that they're going to be able to play a Dungeoneer. I suppose they could get the initiative back if they hit another White Plume Adventurer. And they scoop it up. Okay. On to sideboarding. We're just going to do what we did last time. Bring in, like, all the removal. Bring in Archon. They're a Trinisphere deck, so we can take that out. I honestly don't think Thalias do very much in this matchup. I'm a little iffy about White Plume Adventurer, to be honest. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, yeah. We keep the hell out of this. We have a Solitude to screw them up. We've got... Hopefully we can hit a Soul Land, and we might actually be able to just turn 1 Archon of Absolution, and then we're just golden. So yeah, I think we're gonna keep this. Opponent kept 7 as well. Didn't keep whatchamacallit. Okay, Chrome Mox. That's 2 cards out of hand. Unfortunately, if they get the initiative turn 1, we can't contest it, but we can deal with their creature, so that hopefully we can stick something and take it back. What's a Solitude under it? Is this a turn 1 White Plume? Turn 1 Seasoned Dungeon? Looks like it. Alright, turn 1 Seasoned Engineer, that's a thing. I guess we'll see what we hit to see if we can get it back, because we can always kill the Seasoned Engineer. It's just a matter of how long it takes for us to be able to stick something to get the initiative back. Because the Seasoned Engineer is dead. There's no question about it. Chrome Mox. So what? I can double Chrome Mox these Solitudes, take out the Seasoned Engineer, next turn drop an Archon. Alright, pass a turn. Plow this after they decide they want to forge it up. Hope they don't have shit, play our Archon, and go to town. Is kind of what we're hoping here. They lost a flip, so they bolted themselves. Are you going to forge? Yep. And now we're kind of just hoping that they don't have any kind of follow-up. We can just slam this Archon of Absolution and we're golden. That looks like they got something. Okay. So, I mean, the nice part is they're not going to be able to attack into us, but they are going to be able to just sit back and kind of just go through the dungeons unless we can hit something. They have another one? Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah, we're probably dead here now. We have to hope that they hit real bad off of this Throne of the Dead 3 or we're just fucked. That was a crazy start. Or I need to top deck a Seasoned Engineer. That is not a Seasoned Engineer. Let's go Human. I don't think this really matters. We're gonna play this and just see what... Whoops. Just see what they end up doing here. There is a possibility they just whiff off of this Throne of the Dead 3. That is always a possibility. They won their flip. Probably a Peacekeeper. Oh, they hit their own Archon? Yeah, we're dead. Okay. Yep, they got it. Again, this seems like a very play-draw dependent matchup here. So the nice part is we're going to be on the play game 3, which means we should be able to do our own dumb shit. Maybe bring that back in. From a Chancellor? Yeah, let's try something like that. Since we're on the play, we don't need the Chancellors as much. Bring that White Plume back in, see if we can just get something crazy going turn 1. Like a turn 1 Archon of Emiria seems pretty insane against her deck in general. Because it stops them from powering out their crazy turn 1 shit. Nope, gotta ship the fuck out of that. But, I mean, this is a turn 1 Archon of Emiria. Or it's a turn 1 White Plume Adventurer. I think we White Plume first to guarantee ourselves a... Well, no, because the problem is we'll get the White Plume. I mean, the Wasteland is going to the bottom regardless. It's just, do we want the Archon of the Emiria, or do we want the White Plume Adventurer? Because one of them is going to die. I feel like we probably want the White Plume so that we can hit our land drops and keep doing things. But the Archon is so good against what our opponent wants to do. Yeah, I think we're going to do the Archon. I don't think I want to introduce the initiative quite yet. Or they're just going to Chancellor of the Annex. I guess it doesn't really matter, and we have a turn to figure this shit out. Well, hopefully they can't do anything too crazy in turn. Yep, we're gonna pay for it. Alright, I guess we'll see how crazy they can go on turn 1. Hopefully they were just hoping to slow us down and they can't go ham. Alright, that's already not... So that was 2 cards, so we know there's a chance for the Annex in hand. However, this can allow them to do something crazy. Ancient Tomb. Okay. Land. Or something I'm willing to put Gender Chrome. Let's start with this. Swords is going under there. We're gonna start with the Archon. That way, if they play Seasoned Engineer here, we can play White Plume to get it back. Okay, they can't play it anyways, because that enters tapped. Another White Plume, okay. We're gonna start this. I like the fact that we got another White Plume. Go grab our other basic. Get in. Alright, they don't seem to have a Solitude yet. And now if they're just going to drop a Seasoned Engineer, I have another White Plume, and then we're just going to start trading the initiative back and forth now. Wasteland tapped. Yeah, this is a Seasoned Engineer for sure. Yep, Seasoned Engineer's fine. Because we're just going to get the initiative back anyways. And now we play the game where we're just trading initiative back and forth. But I got to start it out, and I have the faster clock at this point. Because every time they attack with Seasoned Engineer to get the initiative back, it gives me shit to attack in with. Or I can just Solitude it. But let's get the initiative back to start. So the question becomes, do I want to... Because I can Forge down to Trap to get even more shit done. And then I just hold on to this if I draw land? Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Let's Forge. Forge up the Archon. Play another White Plume to Trap. And then this means if I draw land, I can just hardcast Solitude and it's another body. Because, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm not blocking their thing anyways. And if they attack, it just lets me kill them because they're staring down lethal on board. So they would need, like, at least another blocker or two to be able to do anything. They also still only have one colored source of mana. Another Seasoned Engineer, so I'm assuming they're putting that on top. So, like, a land, and I think I just have... I mean, I pretty much just have lethal on board as it is. Because, yeah, I've got 10 damage on board if they don't have any blockers. If I draw land and they have a blocker, they're dead. They're deciding if they want to Forge or... Okay, they're going down the Forge side, too. Do they have a blocker? Because they are staring down lethal, Oh, do they just have another Seasoned Engineer? Okay, they do. That's fine. So they can trap me now. So they have to block with that or they're dead. A land would just be the best thing here. Or another Seasoned Engineer. I guess we'll see what we hit. We get our own Seasoned Engineer. They're going to get another Seasoned Engineer. We draw. We draw an Ancient Tomb. I don't think I'm dead here, because they're going to be able to get in. That's... shit. Depending on what they hit, this is lethal, unfortunately. But we gotta get in. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna get Throne of the Dead 3. So this might not be lethal. Mox Emerald, yeah, throw that in the yard. I don't want that. Oh, I already had the initiative, right? Okay. Alright, I mean, I guess it's F6 time. Let's see what they got on the top of their deck and what they hit off of their Throne of the Dead 3. Well, no, they're not actually going to be able to, unless they attack first. I guess I probably should have attacked first before I played the Seasoned Engineer, now that I think about it. Alright, show me what's on top of your deck. Be a land. Oh, no! Oh. Oh, wait, no, wait, huh? Oh, only one of them was. Okay, so I got a 1. We are now both at 1. They're gonna get a Throne of the Dead 3 before I do, so I guess it's all gonna depend on what they hit off of this Throne of the Dead 3. Wow, this is insane. We are both at fucking 1. And they scoop it up. That is the 5-0 with Mono White Initiative. Holy shit. Oh, we're gonna draw a Mana Crypt. We got there. That's a fucking 5-0. That is a 5-0. Hell yeah. So before we talk about the deck, I just want to say that last game in round 5, our opponent punched away. If they had not put that top card from the trigger in the graveyard and revealed a land, they would have gotten the last point of damage in. So that last round, it was super, super close. I think it was well played by both of us. It did ultimately come down to the fact that our opponent punched. That being said, this deck is cracked. Like, it can do everything. It has no bad matchups by the feel of it. Even losing the die roll every single round, we managed to pull off the 5-0 with it. And as much as I feel like winning the die roll affects the outcome of these vintage games, you saw that we were able to overcome it, no problem. I mean, as funny as it sounds, White Plume Adventure, considering it was so busted in Legacy and got banned there, it was probably the weakest card in the deck, in my opinion. You saw there were multiple times I just wanted to board it out because it just felt like the worst initiative creature. It would introduce it when I didn't want to. So it's funny that the card that caused a banning in Legacy was probably the worst card in the deck. But it's a fucking fun deck. It's a stompy deck. It definitely plays more disruptive than the Legacy version does, in my opinion. It does rely a lot harder on the Peacekeepers, the fact that it runs Trinisphere, running harder on the Thalias, the Chancellors of the Annex, stuff like that. It has way more disruptive pieces than the Legacy version does, so I feel like it plays more along the lines of Death of Taxes than a traditional stompy deck does. But it was actually a blast to play. It was fun being able to use those pieces to kind of lock the opponent out of the game, then take over with a Seasoned Dungeoneer or a Solitude or something similar. Archon of Emeria is absolutely disgusting in Vintage, especially when you get to do it on turn 1. Stops your opponent from being able to run out all their Moxen, all that kind of shit. The one thing I will say that came up, and you saw it once in the match against that Lurrus artifact deck, was having Null Rod and the inherent anti-synergy with all of the Moxen and the artifact mana that is present in every single Legacy deck or Vintage deck. It hurt us, you saw, but it completely shut down what the opponent was doing. So those are the types of matchups where we want to bring it in. But the deck was fun. It was a blast to play. On a side note, I did qualify for the Swiss rounds in this league. Match 4 was my winning in. I got in. I am qualified. I will be playing in the Swiss rounds at least. And the one thing I will say so far, the only real complaint I guess I have about Vintage as a format is this deck is everywhere. I mean, over the past 2 leagues I've played, it's been 50%. You extend it out into the practice room matches I've been playing just to learn the decks and learn the format, it's probably closer to 65-70% what I run into. This deck is going to be everywhere. If you plan on playing a Vintage event, be ready for this deck. I'm not sure what is good against it. I feel like if you are a fast combo deck and can get the turn 1 before this deck is able to get down a hate piece, that's probably the best way to prey on this deck. You did also see in my last video that if you can out aggro this deck and get a good board state, such as with Squee Hollowvine, you can beat the deck as well. But this deck is absolutely fucking everywhere. But that being said, it's a good deck. It makes sense. It's also a blast to play. So hope y'all had fun. As always, if you like what you saw, please do me a favor. Hit that sub button down there. Hit the like button as well. Go follow me on all the other socials. Over on Twitch for the few times that I do randomly go live. Make sure you have your notifications turned on because I don't really have a set schedule. All the other socials to know when I'm posting videos, know when I'm going live, random puppy pictures, random stuff I'm doing outside of Magic in my life. And as always, thank you for stopping by.